getting in. Let's get it. Under the grace, do what we gotta do. Let's get it, baby. September 13th. Here we come.
Two champions from different generations stepping into a fight few thought would ever come together. Canelo Álvarez, boxing's biggest name for more than a decade. Terence "Bud" Crawford, the unbeaten master who's moved through weight divisions, breaking records, and beating every challenger in front of him. On fight night, the ring won't just be a ring, it'll be a test of grit, a stage for history, and maybe the defining moment for both fighters. Fans are divided, experts are debating, and legends are giving their takes. The main question is simple: who walks out the winner? Canelo versus Crawford isn't just another big matchup. It's power against skill, size against sharpness, strength against strategy. Some say Canelo's natural weight and knockout punch will be too much. Others are backing Bud's timing, accuracy, and ability to adjust.
You feel that that'll set you up for Canelo and Crawford, the winner of that fight?
1,000%. We aiming for that, you know what I'm saying? But July 12th, I gotta go in there. I gotta shine first, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go in there, look like a superstar, you know, I'm talking my shit, so I gotta back it up, you know what I'm saying? That just forcing me to really go out there and perform, you know? And it's boxing, man, you know, y'all love it, you know? Fight ones don't go nowhere, you know what I'm saying?
Who wins that fight?
50-50, I say it's a 50-50.
Edgar Berlanga, known for finishing fights with his fists, is keeping a close watch on this showdown. He's leaning toward Canelo to take the victory, but what he's really focused on is what comes after. Berlanga has made it clear he wants the winner, no matter who it is. He's confident that once his own July 12th fight is behind him, he'll be ready to step up. If that happens, the super middleweight scene could turn into a battleground, with Berlanga right in the thick of it.
I see Crawford and Canelo having a good fight for the first 4 rounds, but then I see Canelo, slowly commanding the fight and winning.
Why?
He's too big.
What do you make of Crawford moving up from?
I think Crawford's doing an excellent job moving up. He's great, man. He's very courageous. He's a great fighter, and he's doing all the right things. I just think Canelo's too big.
Shane Mosley understands what it means to climb through weight classes. He's done it against some of the toughest fighters in the game. His take is straightforward. Size makes a difference. He respects Crawford's skills, but warns that Canelo's natural strength could slowly wear him down as the fight goes deeper. Skill wins fights, but if your opponent is simply stronger, you may not get the time to use those skills to win. And truth be told,
would you like the fight?
I like the fight because I believe that it's a good fight. I just know that, coming at 168 with the Kingpin at 168, it's an uphill battle for Crawford. So if anybody could do it, though, it could be Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But even Crawford jump line and jumped in front of Benavidez.
Everyone is thrilled about this matchup in the first place. 4. Coach Bullet, a well-known trainer, questions if this fight is really about competition or business. He points out that fighters like David Morrell and Hamza Shiraz have been putting in the work at Canelo's weight, yet they've been left waiting. To him, legacy fights are fine, but when real contenders get pushed aside, it hurts the natural flow of the sport. In his opinion,
it's a big jump for sure, but I feel like Crawford definitely has a great chance. I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. I really don't know who will come out on top of that one. I just feel like the better man that night will win. So I feel like the fans are the winners in that one.
Then there's Kermel Moton, just 18 years old, but already one of the brightest names coming out of Floyd Mayweather's camp. Despite being so young, he looks at the sport like a veteran. When asked about Canelo versus Crawford, he didn't pick sides. Instead, he admitted this is one of those rare fights where calling a winner is nearly impossible. For him, it's not about records or raw power. It's about who thinks faster in the moment. The man who makes the first smart adjustment, in his view, could take the win. And Sean Porter, who shared the ring with Crawford, agreed.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean?
When Porter speaks, it comes from experience. He doesn't dress it up. To him, this fight isn't just about talent. It's about lasting 12 brutal rounds at the very highest level. He's seen Crawford adjust on the fly and outthink strong opponents. But he also warns that Canelo's punching power is something else entirely. Porter puts it like this: Crawford passed the Errol Spence test in style, but Canelo is a completely new type of test, and the questions he asks inside the ring are far tougher.
Crawford, good fight. Good fight. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength, because it's hard to go up in high weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. Like he should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
Manny Pacquiao knows better than most what Crawford is up against. He's been the smaller man moving up, staring across at bigger fighters with knockout power. From his own career, Pacquiao's advice is clear: keep your feet quick, your hands sharp, and never stop moving. In a fight like this, speed isn't just an advantage, it's survival. Pacquiao believes the key is whether Crawford can keep that speed through the later rounds. If he slows even for a moment, Canelo will close the distance. And once that happens, the fight could be over in an instant.
I gotta ask you this: Crawford Canelo, how does it end?
I'm gonna say I've been saying Canelo, but I think Crawford might pull something. You know
why?
I think that the odds are in his favor as far as that. You know, the reason why people are gonna tune in, it's not just because of Canelo. It's gonna be mainly because of the Crawford. How is he gonna do going up, you know, 2 more weight classes? You know, especially after the Maljima fight that he had in last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the problem, though. Crawford is fighting too many. He's not fighting a lot. He's fighting once every year.
Teofimo Lopez finds himself split. He's always respected Canelo, but the version of Crawford we've seen lately makes him pause. Still, Lopez points to one major concern: Crawford's lack of activity. Huge fights require perfect sharpness and timing, and Lopez feels ring rust could hurt. But
I think what Canelo's really tapping into is mainly like, who is it that you face that's been at number 1? You know, other than Errol Spence. You know, I think Sean Porter, we can't take anything away, but Sean Porter was on the way on the decline. The same way for Amir Khan.
Lopez has also questioned Crawford's record. Yes, Bud's resume looks strong, but Lopez wonders how many of those wins came against fighters who were past their prime. Against Canelo, there's no easy night. You're facing a man at his peak, dangerous from bell to bell, bringing heavy pressure every single round. 10. Roy Jones Jr. sees things another way.
It'll all be predicated upon how well Terence can take his punch. Yeah. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Yeah. Always tries to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights.
It all depends on whether Crawford can take Canelo's punches and still stick to his plan. Roy believes Bud's fight IQ is good enough to overcome the size gap, but only if he can handle those big shots and keep moving.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. Mm-hmm. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Álvarez fighting Amir Khan.
Diaz doesn't sugarcoat it. He says Crawford's chances are slim. Not because Bud isn't skilled, but because size and power matter too much. If Canelo lands clean, Diaz believes survival will become Crawford's only focus. As fight night fight gets closer, the arguments grow louder. Some believe Canelo's size and strength will simply be too much. Others insist Crawford's footwork, timing, and ring IQ could flip the fight in his favor. Either way, this is bigger than just a winner and a loser. It's about hunger, politics, and the magic of boxing when the very best finally collide. Now, it's your turn. Who are you picking? Canelo or Crawford? Drop your thoughts in the comments.